Alright, and we're live. What's up, everyone? Lee Mustang here, getting ready to start our Chapter 6 run through of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Hopefully, everyone is doing well this evening. Oh, whoops. Let's go ahead and jump on the right thing. Hopefully, everyone's doing well this evening. Almost through the week. All we gotta do is make it through 2 more days and we'll be done. Well, like I said, hopefully everyone is having a good time, and hopefully we will have a good time as we continue through this epic story of eco-terrorism. Hey, long time no see indeed. How are you? Alright, I think we're good to go. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. That's good to hear, Fraction. I'm glad to hear that you're doing great. That is a nice screenshot. That's gonna be like the thumbnail for every single one of the YouTube uploads that I do of this for the previous parts. I uploaded part 8 of Pokemon Yellow yesterday. I think at around 6. Just doing the stuff around Vermilion City. Need to upload the rest of that. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Let's load. Which one was further ahead? The autosave happened literally 13 seconds after my actual save. And we are starting right at the beginning of Chapter 6. Sector 4 plate interior. Labyrinth of moving maintenance walkways comprise the interior of the plate. Many of the walkways haven't been updated since the plate's construction. It's not uncommon to find an inoperative passage or two. Alright, I think everyone should be in good health. Yes, everyone is at max health. We have max MP, so there really isn't a need for me to do anything with the vending machine. Let's go ahead and push onward. I'm kind of debating replaying the original Final Fantasy and trying to beat it.
Nothing but air below us.
Shut up and move.
Just don't look down, okay?
Easy for you to say.
Hey, what's up? I just finished yesterday's stream. Oh, nice. You obtained a high potion.
Through here, huh?
Hey, look, I can see the slums from here. I don't think I can see any relevant part of the slums. I know that's probably just one massive, like, PNG or JPEG. I don't think it's the actual slums. Can you imagine if I, like, dove in there and it was the actual slums? My mind would be blown. Alright, so they made their way over to the elevator, which means...
You see something over there?
I see something everywhere I go, Barrett. It's called exploring. And sometimes you may find interesting tidbits when you do it.
Maybe the gate didn't budge because there's not enough power to spare.
I'm not done with the game, but either way, I'm loving it. Yes, this game has been very impressive. I kind of missed some dialogue there. I'm pretty sure they were just yelling at me about going the wrong way again. Oh, I can interact with this? Let me not do anything yet. Actually, you know what? Since I'm a little concerned that I may have dropped the ball on this, I don't know if I missed important dialogue. I doubt it. No, we're not saving. We are reloading. The only thing I did was find like one chest, so it's not like we're gonna be missing. What has been your favorite chapter so far? Honestly, I think the first chapter was done really awesome. If I'm gonna be honest, I thought they expanded upon it in such a great way. I think chapter 3 and 4 were also done really well. I like in chapter 2 the whole allowing you to explore the slums and expanding upon it. My mind has just been blown entirely by this game. Like if you look at like session 1, I was running all over like the city and just listening to everybody. And everyone had different dialogue, like 3 different sets of different dialogue. Every single NPC, unless they were like just there to go, huh, Like, if that's all they did, that's all they did, right? But everyone has unique dialogue
Section G.
in every single chapter. Like, I thought at one point they would get like tired of it, and they'd just be like, "Yeah, no, we're not doing this." And I was completely wrong. Is there stuff hidden back here? No, it's just these things. Oh, I could just knock them over. Team the Mughal medal. Still don't know what those are for. My eyes! I can only imagine your eyes too, because that bloom effect is bananas. They're gonna have us mess around with a lot of things here, it looks like. There's a lot of things that I can interact with, and honestly, I'm kind of scared. I don't know if I'm gonna trigger something or not. And it gets better, to be honest. It's basically game of the year for me. Well, it's like part of the game of the year because it's not the full game, but I'm not gonna lie, they've given me enough that.
This is switch for the lamp.
Oh, okay, so nothing to worry about there. Honestly, even though it's not the full story of Final Fantasy VII, I know it's just gonna be a portion of it. I still think that they gave us enough content that this warrants being its own game. I could see this being broken up into several parts and being fine. The question is, you know, they have modified the story a bit, so are they gonna?
The gate didn't budge because there's not enough power to spare.
Gotta figure this out.
Oh, okay, so. Oh my. I was putting my butt all up in Barrett's face there. I'm sure he did not appreciate that. I got like +3 points for the big date. So I'm gonna guess if I come here like I'm supposed to and I interact with this, be like, oh man, not enough power, given what they were saying.
It's power, I think.
That looks more like what we need.
But yeah, they've added so much to this game that it can stand on its own legs as its own game, and it just leave you on a slight cliffhanger. Maybe it'll be 3 parts, since I think this game used to be like 3 discs.
Nope.
I just don't want them to I don't want them to mess up the story, you know?
Doesn't look good.
Think it works?
She's looking at the instructions. In event of power shortage, electronics malfunction, sun lamp operation prioritized, and cargo platform may be shut down. To power a platform, disable sun lamp. Okay, we can do that. Larger platforms require disabling more lamps. And 4, warning. I can't read it because it's cut out, but it looks like it might do something. Remember to turn on lamps again after using cargo platforms. And I like how the warning part is completely like wiped. I'm trying to see if I can. You could just tell it says warning and that's it, and that there's nothing else. It's whatever. What's Barrett looking at? Shinra Construction. Okay, I can't interact with Barrett or Tifa here.
Error. Insufficient power.
Of course.
Hey guys, look at this.
The thing I was just looking at with you.
Power shortage.
Kill the lights. We free up power for the gate and other stuff.
Sun lamps. You think these are the plate suns? The closest thing we have to the real thing.
Gotta put out a sun just to open a gate, huh?
But if we go through with it, the grounders in Sector 4 will suffer.
Now or later, sun's going out for good when we blow the reactor.
That's true.
Let's go.
Seems like
All these lamps. You'd think they'd be able to balance the load by now, though.
Maybe. If the maintenance guys or whoever weren't playing hooky.
The lamps are important, but when you think how much Mako it must take to keep them running.
Alright, that looks like it's the end of the dialogue. So basically everything I was doing, just goofing off and exploring.
Man, look at the size of it.
That a console I see near the top of that ladder?
It is, because I've already been up here.
Tall attitude.
I'll go.
Okay, we'll wait down here.
That's right, we already got that. Am I like not? Oh, okay, there we go.
Emergency power supply confirmed. Disengaging locking mechanisms.
Okay, that's that.
Great job, Cloud.
Now it's all red and creepy looking. Reds appear way too red with HDR on this capture card. I think blue, red, and greens appear too harsh. For some odd reason, I never got the theme for playing the demo, even though I played it like 4 times. RIP. The theme for like the PS4, like for the menus, I think you can still get it. I don't even think you needed to touch the demo.
Not again.
Is it ever easy, Tifa? Is it ever easy?
I'm sure those things will welcome us just as warmly as before. Tell you what, the rot runs deep in this damn pizza.
Not to mention of pizza. I'm gonna get hungry.
Don't mind us, y'all. We just passing through.
Just in case. Hunches that confined spaces usually encounter in tunnels and plates interior. They ensnare their prey with sticky threads that sharp from their mouth. Okay, yeah, we've already seen this. I'm trying to use a barrier? That wasn't gonna save you. Are you kidding me? Staggered. Oh my god, he did it. The fact that Barrett's doing that is hilarious.
No way to cross that.
Gotta go where the catwalks take us.
Da 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 da. Oh snap, where did I come from? I came from here. I can tell I came from here because this is the open gate. And there's the big red lamp. Okay. Alright, so if I loop this, just to make sure there isn't anything we missed. We tried to go there, we can't go there. Doesn't look like anything's hidden
They
here.
busted?
Powered down is my guess.
Lucky us, am I right? One less thing for us to worry about.
I don't trust it, Barrett. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think you should shoot at it, and knock it out of existence. What the? Anytime you guys say lucky us, I don't believe you. I doubt that it's there just to be there. Hacha!
Filling the air that we gotta breathe with their shit.
Monsters sure seem to like it. What's up with that?
It's like in the tunnels. They get twisted by the Mako, but it all goes back to shit.
What if Barrett from an alternate universe and remembered the victory tune? Oh my gosh. It could be. He just doesn't know what's going on. What the heck? There's flying fish. Can't wait to have to fight those. That means we're eventually gonna go over there. Hey, look at this. What's in here? You obtained a canister of hazardous material. That's always good, right? That's just what we need to carry around with us. Hazardous material. I'm guessing we're gonna run back. Oh, there's a staircase there that I completely missed. And it was right in front of me too. Like I just. Whoop. Sector G, lower level. Hutcha! Obtained antidotes. I guess we could always go back up through there. Oh, this is gonna get ridiculous. There's gonna be lots of paths that we can take. Found a Moogle medal. It's really fun to say. Moogle medal. Question is, do I want to cross this? I don't want to miss anything. I don't know what's the correct way to go, what's not the correct way to go.
This should be pretty easy.
Whoa, I am getting really messed up by something. Oh, someone leveled up. Bear leveled up to level 17.
You know the best way to not get lost is to believe that you're not. Mind over matter.
I don't.
Isn't that from one of Marlene's books?
Yep, one of her favorites. Loves it when I read it to her before bedtime. Doing all the voices.
Life in the Endless Maze. Am I right? I remember.
Hutcha. Alright, so we can't go here. This is very clearly a dead end. It's definitely not. Smoke rises. How are they, like, dropping it there? How much force are they using to get that smoke to come out downward? Oh? Why is that shiny blue over there? Didn't I go this way? I did not go this way. Oh boy.
You
That
okay?
Yeah.
That would have been bad.
Going for that material, weren't you?
So close, and yet so far. This path's no good now.
I'm sure there's another way to get there.
Nothing we can do but search.
And when we find it, we can finally snag that material.
No, you better believe I'm gonna snag that materia. There's an H07.
Hey, let's take a moment to get our bearings.
No, can't go off on my own, huh?
We're still in G, right?
Yeah, and to reach Mako Reactor 5, we need to go through Section H.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I didn't spot a connecting catwalk to Section H. Did you?
Well, we could always do another lap.
Go for 10, why don't you?
The only other route that I can think of would be...
I don't think Barrett liked my answer.
Along the wall.
Up for giving it a try? It might not work out, but it's the only idea I've got.
It's not a bad one.
So we're shooting for those giant fans way over there? Okay. At least we've got a clear landmark to guide us.
Those ventilation fans?
Keeping the plate's air clean by pushing the smog into the slums. Whole system's designed to make shit roll downhill faster.
I mean, I guess ventilation fans would explain why the smoke is coming down.
You
Alright,
lost?
so... No, I'm just exploring, Tifa, but thank you for asking. We can cross through there, or we can open this first. Oh, I am a completionist as well. I am not leaving without it.
You asked for it.
Alright, whole new enemies to fight. Let's go. Let's assess, see what a blue goo is. Azure pigmented creatures that like dark, moist environments. Though fish-like in appearance, they also live on land. Despite being extremely timid, when their fight or flight response is triggered, they often fight rather than flee. Good to know. They are hardcore focusing me and really messing me up.
You damn right it was.
No, I don't need to use Cura now. Cura will do the trick. Alright, so we cross from over there. Mughal metal? Potion. What's this? A non-functional. Oh, they're gonna make us run back through here and everything's gonna shoot me, isn't it? I can feel it. That's a staircase going down. I don't see anything else here. We came from there. Yeah, there really isn't anywhere else to go other than down.
Hey, look! I think we can climb onto that pipe.
Sure seems that way.
Damn it.
You obtained a tuft of phoenix down.
No fear, no fear. Yeah, no fear. No fear. No fear. No fear. Ooh, no fear.
No fear, no fear, little fear.
Hey guys, you know, these fans are really loud and
You chickening out?
hell no. I'm just worried that your bony ass is gonna get blown off the side and shit.
Enough! We gotta keep moving.
Okay then. Follow me. No worse than a windy day, huh?
One with a tornado warning, maybe? Don't look at the fan, whatever you do.
Right.
Why not? It's gonna dry out your face or something? What if I try to run through here? Oh, it won't let me.
Hey, what's that behind the fan over there?
Isn't that?
Hey, don't be a dumbass. Tifa told you not to look at the fan.
Made it through in one piece.
Think that took a couple years off my life. I mean, not really. Couple seconds, maybe. 3 tops.
I will really want to know how I'm supposed to get that.
Section H is just up ahead. Slow and steady, guys.
And that's our objective?
The cargo platform? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one.
This is it. The cargo platform Biggs was talking about. Let's not keep him waiting.
Can we not?
Error. Insufficient power.
You're kidding me.
Needs 3 lights worth, looks like.
But that's all of them, isn't it?
All or nothing.
Let's regroup here if we get lost. Remember the H1 sign.
Right.
Are we all splitting up on our
Let's
own?
see now. Closest light ought to be.
That one.
By the light of these magnificent lamps, we shall lead our brothers and sisters of the Undercity to a brighter future.
Say what?
It's from a speech President Shinra gave, talking up the importance of the sun lamps.
Brighter future, my ass. Shinra's leading us down a one-way path to darkness and death.
No new materia. Let's take a breather. What's this? This an elevator?
Error. Insufficient power.
Gotta power down a sun lamp first.
I hear something like crunching.
And what are you? Get ready.
And they sure do hit hard.
You're mine. See ya. That's that. You're done.
The sun lamps over there, meaning we came from here. I mean, it's insufficient power.
Error. Insufficient power.
Maybe if we turn off the light?
They're gonna start letting me explore methinks once I start turning off
Look,
some of the
there's
lamps.
the switch.
Let's flip it and go.
Always gotta check your surroundings. Tough to Phoenix down. Oh, there's no ladder here, it looks like.
Rerouting power. Please wait.
That's one down.
Only 2 more lights to go.
Reinitializing intrusion prevention system.
Of course you are.
Intrusion prevention?
Back online because of us.
No need to fret, y'all. A few rusty mechs ain't gonna keep us from reaching the reactor.
Intruders detected. Engaging countermeasures.
Mid-range turrets, huh?
Hey, Cloud! Hang back while I deal with these pests.
That's the way to do it. Just made our lives a lot harder.
We restored power to more than just security, remember?
We can move this catwalk.
Think back. Anybody see a connecting catwalk?
Oh, I'm moving. I thought I had to move the...
Yeah, lined it up perfect.
I thought I was moving this portion right here that I'm running around on. I was wrong. I was moving the other one.
Which way to the next light?
If we can't make sense of this place, we're gonna get lost.
Well, at least we know where the big ass things are. These assholes make me wanna puke.
Sure it wasn't something you ate?
Piece of cake right here.
If only.
Take him down. Okay, now I can focus on this.
I got your number.
Aquatic monsters, but they're up in the sky. Aquatic monsters that prefer dark, moist places and feed off the blood of living creatures. They detect their prey through vibrations and temperature changes. These creatures start spinning when interrupted. These creatures start spinning while interrupted. While in this state, they can shrug off melee attacks, so use long-range attacks instead. Stop them from spinning, and they become susceptible to staggering.
Really?
Deal with that.
All set.
All right, watch and learn. Keep pouring it on. Gotta love it. Still. See ya. Time for a serious ass whooping. Come on. Hurry up. How'd you like that?
That didn't need to be so messy.
So I guess they change what they say when things get really ugly. Can they just jump across? I mean, we saw Cloud do like a freaking like 20-foot front flip earlier. In, like chapter 1. Did we all of a sudden lose that ability? Right, there's nothing here. I'm not gonna pull that switch yet. Nothing over here. But I'm gonna climb down here though.
What we got here? Another platform?
There's that purple materia. Insufficient power.
Insufficient
Of course, sir.
Turn off the light.
Alright, so we're gonna have to do the lamp. Before we do, is there anything else here? Because it seems like it's funneling me through. Any ladders I may have missed? Anything at all? No. You know, in backtracking, I just saw something. It's a good thing I backtracked. A tuft of phoenix down. Oh, and an item. It wasn't what I was looking for, but I'll take it. That's why backtracking in RPGs is important. Oh, you didn't? I'm telling you, man, you gotta like really pay attention to these surroundings. I'm sure I'm missing stuff, by the way. Don't get me wrong, Fraction, but I only noticed it because I ran back, just because I'm always like worried that I'm missing something. F in the chat. Oh, well, these guys just respawned. They keep interrupting. Oh, that's right, because they're in their little spinny state.
Don't overdo it.
Need my help, do you? Don't stop now. Suck on this. Hey, did you see me in action?
Must have missed it.
Hmm. Cloud is such a jerk. It can be a little comical sometimes. Just like his dry sarcasm. I must have missed it. Sorry.
That makes 2 lights down.
Meaning we've only got one left.
The end's in sight, y'all.
Should be able to climb down from here.
This a hole, right?
Got the Sector 4 slums down there?
Huh? You want to check them out sometime? I can show you around.
We'll check them out now if we fall.
Hmm. Alright, now if I recall, there was an elevator back here that was like, oh no, sorry, you can't use me. I'm trying to remember where the heck it was. I think it was around here. No, I went way too far back. Or did I? I don't even know anymore. All of this is beginning to look all the same. It really is. I love their banter. Maybe it was down here.
Intruders detected. Engaging
Oh, whoop. What the? Why are you? Why are you just standing in front of it, Tifa?
Let's do it right.
An early prototype of an autonomous sentry gun weapons platform where when an intruder is detected, the platform opens fire with a rotary cannon. As it is a test model, the rate of fire is fairly slow. You're much faster, Tifa.
Worked up a good sweat.
We're right back where we started. Where was that last light again? Almost done. It's a shame we had to wander around so much.
Well, no stamps here to guide us. No Jesse or Wedge to back us up either.
Yeah. Speaking of which, what should we tell Biggs? I don't want him to worry.
I feel like this is the way I was supposed to go. Also, I did not want to climb down this ladder. I was trying to open this. You obtained a Moogle medal.
If there's no viable path, we'll just have to make one.
Nunny. Was that always an option? Hold up. Was I always able to move them up and down? Because that may have just solved another puzzle. Apparently I was supposed to come here.
We already used this platform.
I'm aware, Tifa. Yes, I did forget something. There is at least 2 materia that they showed me, and I'm gonna get it.
Alright, we only need to power down one more sun lamp.
Where could they be going? Embarking on an adventure to find some treasure?
What are you talking about? I think he's losing it. I think I went back. Way back. Or I don't remember coming through this.
Ventilation system service mode active. Access maintenance terminal to complete procedure.
What's in here? Electric de Chocobo. Let's buy that. Let's recover, and then we're gonna mess around with that computer.
Does this control the fans?
We stop it?
Switching ventilation system to maintenance mode. Please complete the maintenance access procedure within the designated time limit.
Uh-oh.
Man, what are we even doing?
Oh, what? I have a minute to complete it. What?
Focus.
Oh. Oh my gosh, she interrupted it? Oh, I can't reach him. What? The queen of the Grashrai colony, as such, her duties are include command, blah 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 blah. Well, we already read about her. It's just it takes forever to defeat her. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this.
Let's finish this.
Maintenance access procedure not completed within time limits. Reactivating ventilation system.
Jeez, her freaking health.
Get ready. Take it from here.
Still got a lot to learn.
Switching ventilation system to maintenance mode. Please complete the maintenance access procedure within the designated.
Seriously. Let's do this.
Is it just gonna constantly force me to have to defeat them?
Don't overdo it. I got this. Let's do this. Here we go.
They must be like really high leveled because they're making me have to like do a whole lot of work.
Access granted. Disengaging time lock.
Okay.
Alright, we got whatever this materia is. You obtained an orb of chocobo and mogul materia.
What kind of badass pup?
Obtained the chocobo and mogul materia. Neat! Oh, this is pretty... It's common though, everyone's got it.
We'll see.
Materia and equipment. Let's go ahead and give it to Tifa. Oh. High potion.
Switching ventilation system to
Oh, does it just keep letting me access it? Will they keep spawning enemies? It will.
Get ready.
How much experience did they give? Because I do not remember.
Done.
Cloud is now level 18.
It's over.
116 and 6 AP, 86 skill. Wait, what? Why didn't you deactivate?
access granted.
Did you not get that one? I mean, I don't even know why I ran back in here. I'm just doing this to see how much more EXP I can get. Well, Tifa looks like she's about to level. Any additional stats that I can get for now that aren't super duper annoying. Because some of these enemies are taking a little too long to get. Oh, man. Well, now you know, right? Now you know how to get it and how to come back to it. So it's not too bad. Alright, I did buy that track. Barrett, the sooner you walk through that door, the sooner I can, you know, use this computer to close it, to open it back up.
Switching ventilation. Please complete the maintenance access procedure within
I wonder if they'll ever spawn the queen again.
Bring it.
I also have to wonder if they did this intentionally as like a little spot that like if you felt like you needed to grind out something, you could do it. 116 for each of for both of them being defeated. So now I'll see when I defeat this one. 58. Yeah, that seems about right.
Told you so.
No, you have to disable this computer over here. I feel like I missed so much more. I mean, to be fair, listen, man, I am so used to playing RPGs and running around everywhere. Like, I have the biggest fear of missables. Like, you would not believe, like, there was a part of me that wanted to kind of spoil the game a little bit for myself to see if there was anything that would be missable. And this game does have missables in the sense of once you leave a chapter, you're pretty much done. But eventually, from what I read, you are allowed to revisit the chapter in some cases. So you can still gain a lot of that stuff. So you haven't missed out on it entirely. Also, I'm really curious what's going to happen when the next parts come out. Like, are they going to reset levels? Are they going to reset equipment? Like, what's going to happen?
Let's do this. It's over.
Does she get her level yet? No, she's close to it though.
That was nothing.
Access granted. Disengaging timer. Switching ventilation system to maintenance mode. Please complete the maintenance access
Yes,
procedure
yes, yes.
within the designated time.
They're mine.
I like the poison a lot.
You're done.
Stagger effect. Part 1, battle intel progress 7 out of 10. Does have to stagger different kinds of enemies? Or I have to do a specific set of enemies a certain number of times? I have to stagger them for it to count? I don't know. Those poisons, man, get super annoying. Tifa, what the heck, man? Like, you're right there. You're at the cusp. I would have really thought you would have had it by now.
Access granted. Disengaging timer.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting however they decide to do it. I'm hoping, again, because this is going to be an ongoing thing, that they don't do anything that could taint the reputation of this game. I said last night while I was playing it, I've thought that the original Final Fantasy VII was... I don't think it was a bad game, I just think it was overhyped, overrated in some senses. But I didn't think it was a bad game. Oh my gosh. So I'm hoping that, you know, they can only improve upon it, like give it the hype that it actually deserves. Because let me tell you, man, this sequel did not disappoint, at least not yet. I was warned potentially that future reviews might give a little more insight as to what's actually happening with this game,
Much better.
and that, you know, that's when the quote-unquote real reviews would come out. And I don't know what to expect, because someone I know did a little more research into this. I mean, they don't care about spoilers, I'm sure. They want to make sure that they're gonna sink money into, I guess, what I'm assuming to be 3 or more possible versions of this game. They want to make sure that, you know, they're getting their money's worth, and it's not going to be something that they hate later. Which, to an extent, I can relate to. I had a similar experience with the Assassin's Creed games. Well, now Barrett's almost level 18. I really didn't like where they ended up taking the story after Assassin's Creed 3.
System to maintenance mode.
I mean, I played Black Flag and I played Unity and I enjoyed it.
Within the designated time.
But the story was forever kind of whatever at that point for me.
And what are you?
Then I've played most of those games on like on Xbox, and then I played them on PC. I made like a big old transfer to PC, and I just kind of gave up on consoles for a while because I saw that they weren't doing backwards compatibility anymore. Oh, barrier material improved. And I was like, you know what, if I'm going to invest money, if I'm going to sink money into something, and I still do, by the way,
Let's go.
I sink money mostly into PC games. I mean, what entices me about these games, though, is that, you know, the potential to get... I'm a sucker for trophies and achievements. But most people that I know at this point have moved on to PlayStation. So if I'm going to play anything, like with people, if I'm going to have to buy a console, it's probably going to be a PlayStation console. Although, I won't lie to you, I do feel like Xbox, in some ways, is superior. I do like the interface better for PS4, though, this time around. Xbox One did some crazy grid nonsense, and I'm like, oh no.
Get ready.
Oh, so you're really ahead. So this is just watching for funsies at this point. Hell yeah!
Back a little. Access granted. Disengage.
Alright, Barrett's almost there. Once he ticks over, we're gonna go back to looking for that other materia. I'll also probably save because I don't want to have to repeat this.
Switching ventilation system. Please complete the maintenance access.
I mean, if it were up to me, honestly, if there was ways for me to grind out this game while I'm not streaming, I probably would, because I'm enjoying the battle system a lot. I mean, again, I'm sure something will happen. My experience with game. Oh, the stagger effect. Why is it that it's going up randomly? Because I've already staggered the heck out of these enemies before. Lightning materia improved and something other materia improved. I was busy talking and focusing on the battle that I didn't read it.
Next time, Barrett. Next time.
Access granted. Disengaging time.
Yes, I'm aware I have low health. Barrett? Why didn't you level up, Barrett? Barrett, I was really hoping that you were gonna level up on that one. I don't think it'll be better than Ifrit either, if I'm gonna be honest. Ifrit does some amazing stuff.
Switching ventilation system to please complete the maintenance access procedure within the
Also, I have a bit of a hurdle in front of me. If I do want to play the original Final Fantasy VII, I have a couple of options. I just have to decide which one I want to do. Now, PS4 re-released it with the ability to get trophies, so that's pretty enticing to me. Oh, finally, he leveled up. That's pretty enticing to me, but I heard that the Switch version has some pretty good quality of life changes in it. Then there's also the original. I own the original. So that's another option for me. Could we just go old school, pop it into the PS3, upscale it, and, you know, go to town on it. I just don't know if I want to do which of those three versions I would want to do. These still seem to be, you know, my go-tos right now. And of course, there's no competition. If I want to get the best experience, it would just be buying it on Steam and installing like 7th Heaven and doing all the mod upgrades to it. Yeah, if they let me like more permanently switch the characters, I would probably be playing more as Tifa, if I'm gonna be honest. Oh, yeah, that's right, I said I wanted to save. I would probably be playing way more as Tifa, because, I mean, I love monks in Final Fantasy games, and Tifa, for all intents and purposes, is essentially the monk of the group. So if it were up to me, I'd be playing more as her, but because I just kind of enter battle and I'm already Cloud, and, you know, unless something happens to Cloud, I don't really think to switch to other people, which is also kind of the issue with me. But I've enjoyed playing her. Whenever I switch to her and I just start pummeling things, Like, she doesn't do a lot of damage per hit, but she gets a lot of per hits in. Like, she can hit multiple times really fast, so that does a lot of work in her favor. Honestly, once they introduce the additional party members like Vincent and Yuffie and oh my god, help me, I'm having a brain fart. The fat Moogle. Oh my god, and that's like one of my favorite looking characters. It's gonna be so ridiculous. The cat with the giant fat Moogle. Oh my god, and now I can't remember his name. Please, someone help me in the chat. And someone's gonna say it, and it's gonna hit me. I'm gonna feel like an idiot. Kate Sif. No one said it yet. I remembered Kate Sif. I don't know, in my head I kept saying St. Clair? St. Clair? That's not right. Why am I thinking St. Clair? That's obviously, for all intents and purposes, completely wrong. Why am I thinking St. Clair? And then my brain was just like, no, you idiot, it's Kate Sif. I was like, oh yeah. I remember now. That's a way to get over here, and I'm assuming it's going to be a shortcutted path. Did the materia disappear? Where's the materia? Where was the materia? Oh, him. Oh, yeah, I just thought he was goofy looking. I never really used him in my party, but the fact that he existed, he was a thing. I was like, oh, okay, sure, why not? No, we already did this, and this one only lets me go up and down. I mean, side to side. And as far as I could see, there wasn't anything over there. But I'm going to check again, just to make sure that there was nothing over there. Cloud, I swear. The console. Just use the console. I've been here already. I'm just double checking to make sure there's no other secret, super duper hidden paths that I'm an idiot and forgetting. No, occasionally the music is giving me crazy vibes of anyone who's ever played Super Mario RPG, like Smithy's Factory. But not the actual factory, like the area right before it that has like all the blue in it. Okay, Barrett.
Would kill for a shower.
Oh, that's right, I can't cross through here. There's no ladder or anything around here, right? Nope. $200 IQ. That is one of the three materials I've seen.
Power's on.
I don't know, man. I feel like I got some materia that you didn't get, and I'm gonna mess this up and not be able to get the other two materia.
You think they'll miss those three plate suns?
I say the real sun's the only one we need. To hell with Shinra and his acolytes.
This part of the track in particular reminds me of Smithy's factory. It's giving me a better vantage, but this is not useful, what I'm doing. But like, what the heck is Cloud doing? Look how it auto-aligns it for you over there. And there's definitely nothing here. I remember being here. I think I'm gonna take the elevator back over there. DC's not D-way.
Not worth my time.
Too bad. It's your job.
Too bad, it's your job. You asked for it. I know it has nothing to do with the line between Barrett and Cloud, but it was just perfectly timed for Tifa to say that.
Deal with that.
Bring it to heat.
Whatever.
Ain't no thing. Bring it home.
Let's do this.
I got this. Gotcha. I can't. I won't.
Oh my gosh.
You're done.
This is so annoying.
Let's do it. Getting sloppy.
I don't know why I kept going there in particular. Don't want to be here yet. I don't want to accidentally initiate. That's my fear, initiating something and not, then, you know, reaching a point of no return and not being able to go back to look at something. That's the worst in a game. Or was the other one? Alright, I could climb down here.
You taking a detour? Well, I did.
Well, alright then. Mughal metal.
Keep your cool.
No need to worry. Let me handle this.
Need my help, do you?
Oh boy, it's two of them.
I got this.
I mean, I'll do it.
Let's do this. Sloppy.
Her bestie came to save the day. Was I interrupted again? Was I interrupted again? I was interrupted again.
Gotta be careful.
Time to end
Cloud fell on really?
it. It's nothing. This fight's not over yet.
Well, first I need to heal her up.
Let's do this right.
Of course not. Of course not. Why would you, game? Really?
Let's turn this around. You can handle this.
I'll take over. Take the lead.
Things just went from bad to worse. Cura. On yourself, Barrett.
Never quit, never surrender.
I mean, you're gonna let me. Oh, I'm poisoned and I'm still losing health. Good to know. Alright. Use Cure on yourself one more time.
All good. Come on.
I am not going down here. Items. Phoenix down. Cloud.
Got some fight left. Suck on this.
High potion. Cloud.
I'll hang back.
My turn.
Spells. Cura. Cloud.
Feeling good. Let's do this. Be careful.
Tifa is up. Cross slash. Get rid of this idiot.
Get ready.
Oh my god. This fight has been nothing but sloppy.
You okay?
Come on.
Just like that, okay?
I gotcha.
Alright. Item, no. Spells. Cure. Cura. Barrett's. Spells. Oh, I'm out of MP. Cloud. Just use a potion. We have like 1 billion of them.
Heads up, y'all.
The second I saw that I could move it vertically. I thought I wasn't going to be able to get it for a second. MP up materia obtained. Wow, that was such a sloppy fight. I really thought I could just power through it, and I thought wrong on every point of that fight. I thought wrong. Yeah, I'm bad when it comes to that. Using items. Like, it doesn't usually hit me until, you know, things get really, 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 really ugly. Oh, H7. Which means now I can get this materia. Alright, guys. So I got the 3 materias. An orb of elemental materia. Collapsed passageway cleared. Jeez. We got wrecked. I mean, I'm glad I didn't lose. But that was still bad on my end. I almost kind of want a rematch. I want to prove that I can beat the snot out of them. Oh my god. Grabbing hold of the ladder. Come on, let's go. Thank you. I don't even know why I'm running over here. I really need to make my way over to that fan.
Keep it together.
Oh wait, this is that annoying enemy where I have to switch over to Barret.
You ain't getting out of this. Stay down, asshole. Fuck on this. Hurry up. Damn it. Ain't got nothing on me.
Oh, as always. Mesmeric armlet. Mesmeric Mesmeric armlet. Why don't I have something equipped here for Cloud? You know what? For now, that's gonna be better not having anything. Yeah, it is very useful, and I do it a lot of the time. I just, again, I forget because usually most of the things.
Enough to finally get our cargo platform moving.
Better be.
Okay, let's head on back to the H1 sign.
I hope that Jessie's injury isn't anything serious.
The best thing you can do to speed her recovery is to kick Shinra ass in her stead.
I know. And Cloud's got a cover for Wedge, too.
Hmm. Wasn't this way.
When do we link up with Biggs?
Soon enough, don't you worry.
He knew we might be late, so he came up with a few ways to kill time.
We ought to reach him long before he dies of boredom.
Alright.
And we're back at the cargo platform.
Get ready, Mako Reactor 5. We're coming.
Was this the way to the cargo platform?
Nope.
Stand back.
And let you take all the glory?
Try me.
See, then they avoid me.
Give me your best shot.
Now. You're mine.
Nothing's gonna stop.
You would say that.
This is such a freaking maze. Oh my god, I'm going the wrong way. The fans are over there. It takes a billion years to get over there. Jeez. Yes, she is. I mean, I think that's their way of hand-holding. Like, you just want to get through the game and you don't know what you're doing. I think the character dialogues like that, I think that's the purpose that they're serving. Electric the Chocobo. How are we doing? I could get Cloud to level 19 here. Question is, do I want to? I do want to see how much more damage I can potentially do with that power gauntlet equipped. I'll just do one.
Switching ventilation. Please complete the maintenance access procedure within the designated.
Watch the queen have respawn.
Y'all don't have a chance.
All right. Let's do this. Enough.
It's a little more damage.
That's a win.
Access granted. Disengaging timer.
I said one, and I lied.
Switching ventilation. Please complete.
I need to put myself in check. I can't do this. I can't spend the whole stream just like, oh, I don't like you guys. Every time I see the staggered thing, I'm not gonna lie, I always feel like I'm the one that got slapped hard and I'm about to die. It's like slow motion, everything stops, everything turns orange. It's like, oh my god.
Access granted. Disengaging timer.
Do we know if there's a max level in this game? It's,
Switching ventilation. Please complete the maintenance access procedure within the designated timer.
I'm ready for you.
Here we go.
Give me your best shot. Bring it.
You're done. Going in.
Come on. Worked up a good sweat.
it never inches me along as fast as I would like.
Access granted. Disengaging time lock.
But yeah, I would like to know if there's a level cap. I feel like they would have to, because I think like between one game and the other, people would get bored enough to just max themselves out and take away all the challenge
Please complete the maintenance
of doing anything else in the other parts.
Got ourselves a real piece of work.
I also want to know, like, will it just be one continuous game and then like really the next parts are just more like DLC content? And also hoping that they'll have physical releases of them, because if not, that's gonna be kind of dumb. Also would not mind if they released a complete set in the future, where it's just everything, DLC, patches, everything. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm a stickler for trying to go physical, even if my collection looks like it's about to explode. I would hope it's not level 99 just for this. I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll, what's the word I'm thinking of? It'll compensate for it if you did do it.
Please complete the maintenance access.
I mean, they would have to, right? Because if you get to like level 99 here, let's say you were crazy enough to do that.
Quick.
Try me.
I like how they all, when I block, they all ignore me.
Anytime now.
Why for you no attack?
It's over. You're done.
What just hit me? Also, do I have more than one status effect on me right now? Cloud is now level 19.
Dial it back a little.
Oh wait, whoops.
Access granted. Disengaging timeline.
How's everyone else doing? I could potentially get everyone 2 levels. But I don't know what to expect, and I've been getting wrecked pretty bad.
Complete the maintenance access procedure within the designated.
Also, just realized Materia's leveling up as well.
Let's finish this.
Oh, well, they're done.
That was easy.
I think they're doing something with my experience.
Granted.
Because I could swear before, like, for defeating 2 of them in a row, I was getting, like, 113. And now, when I did it with Cloud there, I got 116, which is the correct proportion that it should be at. Or he's doing an MMO thing where if you're like you're too low level and you're just trying to get rushed up, it goes really slow until you're like at the range for that area that you're supposed to be. Which would mean then that before I was under leveled for where the game would have wanted me to be. Interesting. If that's the case, that's interesting. Because I haven't really been grinding, but I haven't exactly been avoiding combat either. So if that's the case, that would be pretty odd.
Access granted.
Tifa's right there. And if I remember, Barrett's the one that likes to tease me. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get that level up. What? Just watch me. It's gonna happen. And then, you know what happens? I have to do like one more fight. And then the same thing repeats until it finally levels him up. That level up, I feel like did a massive difference. I feel like I'm crushing the heck out of these guys now. Oh, there goes Tifa's level up.
Yeah, I thought soldiers were meant to be the best.
Watch yourself.
You know I'm like carrying you, right, Barrett?
Access granted. Disengaging timer.
Like right now I'm 2 levels ahead of you. Alright, now to check on Barrett. How close are you? Let's see how much you gain after one fight. But I don't want to be here all night
Switching
either.
ventilation. Please complete the maintenance.
So we already did this little section once before.
Time to die.
Get ready.
Also, how interested would you guys be if I did like a stream of the original Final Fantasy VII? Minus like whatever grinding I would end up doing. Because I would obviously do that off stream. You obtained a spider web. I have never picked up that item before.
Sure it was.
Also, we are defeating these enemies much faster now. Before I was doing it with like 20 seconds left on the clock.
Access granted.
Now I'm doing it with like half a minute left on the clock. Maybe I can move at the same pace as this game too, so like once I finish it, maybe I can do it
Switching ventilation system to main. Please complete the
and make it as
maintenance
far
access
as this game makes it in the story. Oh, Barrett got locked out. Whoops.
Don't hold back.
Just food for thought. But then I have to decide, do I want to do the PS4 version and try to go for the trophies there? Or do I want to do the Switch version, which has like the 3x speed up, which is...
See ya.
That is really nice for a game that can be grind heavy, especially for trying to level up materia. And for the really slow portions of the game, like... Those summons are pretty back. They were pretty back then, but they were also pretty long.
That it?
Oh, I would always leave. I would always probably stream it. I do try to complete games that I stream. I know that hasn't been really the case lately.
Access granted. Disengaging timer.
Like I was doing the Pokemon Yellow stream and then I stopped and I did some Animal Crossing. And then I had some circumstances occur and I stopped streaming for like 2 weeks because I just needed to like recompose myself. And then this game came out. And I was like, do I want to stream it? And then I was like, this is not a game I want to leave on the shelf until I come back to it. People are going to be interested in the game right now. So I just need to figure out a good stream schedule. I'm also losing the motivation in Pokemon Yellow, not to finish it, but to try and get perfect or near perfect IVs of every single Pokemon. I think I'm gonna cut that a lot faster. Ooh, material level, fire material improve, healing material improve,
CB in action.
Must have missed it.
and like just focus on catching the Pokemon. Like if it's a Pokemon I really like, maybe I'll focus on getting like really good stats for it.
Access granted. Disengaging timer.
Because every Pokemon I've caught so far, all 75 of them, they were all like soft reset, soft reset, soft reset on my own time, not on stream, because that would drive all of you insane.
Please complete the maintenance access procedure within
And I know we got a good Pikachu and Bulbasaur and Charmander and Squirtle. And I know the Snorlax I caught is also pretty good. And I almost had a good Tauros. Would have been really useful for Stadium. Although my team so far in Stadium's been doing pretty well. Oh, there we go, Barrett. Thank you so much. They're all like... Oh, whoops. They're all level 48 right now. So 2 more levels and I can start doing the other cups as well as the gym leader castle. The only thing I wouldn't be able to do is the level 100 stuff. That's gonna have to wait. HP and MP fully restored. Whee! "40 minutes ago was my last manual save. I would have been highly upset if something stupid would have happened. I should really be saving way more often. I really like the way the textures look there right now. Like, that lighting is just perfect. Oh my god. Like, Tifa's hair looks fantastic. The back of Cloud and his sword look fantastic. Where's Barrett? Barrett's looking like a badass over there. Oh, I guess technically I should save here, right? This is where technically things are about to get real, probably. Maybe, I don't know. I was not paying attention, so I don't know if I saved. So I'm gonna save again, because I'm paranoid. It might be Chapter 7 time. Again, I don't know how this game's progressing. I don't know if I'm gonna be having a boss battle now.
Auxiliary power supply confirmed. Reactivating cargo platform. Cargo platform activated. Awaiting input.
So long, Underplate. I hate you too.
And then that one middle circle there just collapses and everyone falls down. And then we hear the game over music. I like how they both had to reload.
Dark, dismal, a slaughterhouse where they butcher the planet. Then there's the smell. The Mako. Be ready for it.
Right.
Hear that, guys? It's the reactor calling us. Beckoning us, saying, "Bring it on, Avalanche."
I think you're hearing things, Barrett, and I think you need to get that checked out. Admire your enthusiasm, 100%. I think that's amazing, but you may want to get that checked out. That's not normal, my guy.
Intruders detected. Engaging countermeasures.
Oh, of course.
Fuck on this. I'm counting on you.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Keep forgetting that it's with the right stick.
How'd you like that? Ain't no thing.
Plus you can't really stagger a machine.
All right.
Oh my god, and then there's that one too.
Watch and learn. Still. Get your ass out of here. Okay, Big should be waiting for us up ahead.
He's probably worried sick about us.
I mean, we did take a while. Yeah. Barrett is an amazing novelist when it comes to describing Mako and the planet. He's a poet.
Even after all that fighting, no one's coming for us?
No need. This is Shinra City. We probably have cameras everywhere.
Why didn't you say something sooner?
Way too late to bail now.
It's like walking a tightrope. When you're on it, only 2 ways off.
Better keep my balance.
You'll be good at it.
I wonder.
Like how it went from serious to like using a metaphor and then just playing around with the metaphor. Like all the seriousness was lost at that point. You obtained a Moogle medal. Right, nothing there apparently.
Almost there.
Tifa?
It's nothing. Just thinking about the next step. Didn't think I'd be this nervous.
Some things you never get used to.
Ain't it the truth, Barrett? Ain't it the truth? Moogle medal. I'm finding Moogle medals everywhere. Nowhere else to go but there. Oof.
Wait, Cloud. Where's Jesse and Wedge?
Report.
Topside's going nuts after some terrorists jumped off a train. Nice and quiet here, though. So quiet I had no trouble securing your route into the reactor.
You magnificent son of a bitch. Bring it in.
So, where are the others?
Jesse got hurt and couldn't make it.
Bad?
Not so bad she couldn't rope in this guy.
Thanks for stepping up.
It's a job.
Worked out pretty good. You picking that train you did. While Shinra scours Sector 4, you can waltz right on into Sector 5. It's a bit of a squeeze, but it ought to get you where you need to go.
Little dark and foreboding for my taste.
Beggars can be choosers. Oh, and you'll be needing your grappling guns, of course. All set?
Ready to take on the world and then some.
Make sure everyone gets clear, okay?
Will do.
Okay, y'all. Keep these grappling guns close. them to your belt or whatever so you don't lose them. When we're done, we'll be using these babies to get down safe. All of us.
Got it.
The foreboding square. Lights out. Let me guess. You completed chapter 7. Only 66% of people have done, like, are people dropping out of the game, or maybe they're just moving at their own pace? Oh, chapter 7, a trap is sprung.
Wait. Fix those lights! Excuse me, sir. Your tie?
Quickly now, quickly! That's it. That's the smell. This place reeks of Mako.
Looks like we made it.
Layout's the same as Reactor 1.
Yeah. We're near Mako storage.
Let's move.
Alright, so it looks like I got new equipment for Barrett. What? He can have way more materia equipped. Why does he not? Let's put some lightning materia on him. Give me a quick second, guys. Alright, I'm back. Doesn't look like there's anything here.
I'm not seeing a way down.
You know what?
Well now, that could work. I'm next.
You are absolutely right about the upgrades. I completely forgot that you can upgrade weapons. Are we like in a complete cutscene thing and that's why I'm not allowed to do it right now? I'm still not allowed to go into that menu. Oh well, whatever. I'll do it as soon as it opens up again. Down the pipe.
Kinda scary, huh?
It's all in the mind.
It's all in the mind. Kick, punch, it's all in the mind. That sounds incredibly useful. Having more HP is always good. The Buster Blade 2? Nutty. Here we go. That's what you're referring to. That's also useful. Ooh, this is a scary red galaxy looking thing. Oh, definitely. Barrett's definitely supposed to be tanky in my opinion. I mean, okay. That was just a light machine gun. Did I pick light machine gun again? Anything to make him more tanky. You can set it to auto upgrade. Interesting. Yes, more HP for you is definitely on my list of things to give you. Wait, what? All of this is just attack power plus 4? I could have been pumping out way more damage, is that what you're telling me? And I'm an idiot and I didn't do it? Oh boy. Tifa is about to do a whole lot more damage. Probably offensive, defensive, or balanced. What's in here? I'm seeing 3 high potions.
Hey, check it out. They stick this big boy on us, we'd be screwed 6 ways from Sunday.
Mechanized units like these were designed to take out giant monsters. Probably a new prototype. If they do decide to deploy it, then our best bet would be to run like hell.
Oof. Then let's hope he sleeps through the explosion.
Epic foreshadowing. I'm gonna say no, it's not gonna stay asleep. I don't think there's anything else hidden. I saw that and immediately felt the need to re-explore this room. But I don't think there's anything here. Unless there's something up there, which I doubt. I don't think this is multi-tiered. Aside from that one area that we came down from.
Where is everybody?
You mean Shinra? Got spooked and cleared out is my guess.
Where the heck is You were not there before.
No time for you.
Don't overdo it.
All set.
Need my help, do you? Give 'em hell!
Take it over. That's that. Allow me.
I could have done that on my own.
Sure you could.
I just realized I gave myself more materia slots for these people. And I didn't actually, like, add new materia for them. So he's got lightning, you don't need 2 lightnings. What the heck am I doing? Alright, so, let's get rid of this. Remove. Let's give you ice. Attack commands will do area damage immediately after dodging. I think having multiple healing material would probably be a good bet, but you already have healing material, so I'm an idiot, so we're removing that. You have ice, lightning. You have lightning, ice. We may as well give you fire. And Tifa. I could swear I gave you whatever. I guess not for Tifa. Oh, wait, how's everyone's HP looking at? Because, oh, everyone's HP went up significantly.
Almost there.
Barely. I don't remember how they work, if I'm gonna be honest.
It takes me back.
Oh, thank you for bringing my attention over here, Tifa. I legit did not see this chest here. This is all going a little too easily.
No match for me. Allow me.
Okay, nothing new. I remember reading that entry anyway. Oh, I thought something was still alive. I was like, what?
That was nothing.
The blue material are the ones you can connect, and they explain how they amplify the spells connected to them. You know you did it. You know you did it right when it glows white in the menus. Oh.
Well, what we got here?
Birds up top.
I can deal with those things.
It's on you.
I really want to get rid of these guys because they're just going to be pummeling me and being annoying. Oh, I lost that ability. LOL. Well, now. Oh, and there's two of them this time. Interesting, interesting indeed.
Get ready.
Just in case I've never assessed them. Autonomous anti-personal weapon manufacturer remains in sleep until it detects intruders, at which point enters threat elimination mode. Oof. Oh, I'm trapped. Oh, you're screwed.
You're good at this.
Told you so.
Ah, okay, so it just makes your weapon have an elemental property to it. That sounds about right.
A little more chaotic, ain't that right?
Yeah.
You obtained a bulletproof vest. I moved through here so quickly that I feel like I skipped something. I don't think I missed anything. I remember looking pretty well through all of this area here. So I'm not gonna backtrack anymore. They're probably gonna make me run up all this thing anyway. Whee! It's like green. Oh, it's just cool looking stuff in the background. Good to know. Whee! Mako Reactor. Anything here in particular that I should be concerned with? Uh-oh.
Soldiers. Mako. Shinra. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of all of this.
Hey, soldier boy.
Tifa.
What?
Man, these headaches that you get and these flashbacks that you're getting, Cloudy, you need to go see a psychologist or something, man. That's not normal. Having vivid hallucinations like that, jeez. Beep boop beep.
How much time we need?
Got all the time in the world. This one comes with a remote detonator.
Courtesy of Jesse.
We withdraw to a safe distance. Then, kaboom!
Safe distance?
What? No such thing. We get out the same way we got in. Let's double back.
As soon as we hit the bridge, no, nothing. All right, that's interesting. Look at all that Mako. Again, I never thought that Mako would be shown off as a liquid.
What the? Where you?
Uh-oh.
Weirdly perfect timing.
Wait a minute. Is someone watching us?
Greetings, my dear sewer rats. As architect of our populace engagement campaign, I, Heidegger, head of public security, bid you welcome. The chief warmonger. You should be flattered. Right now, you command the undivided attention of every soul in Midgard.
Huh? What is this?
Breaking news from Mako Reactor 5. Shinra has confirmed the reactor to be the target of the bomb threat issued by the terrorist group Avalanche. Members of the group were observed entering the facility, and security is currently sweeping it for explosive devices. We now go live to the scene.
I'm here in the Sector 5 Undercity.
Uh-oh.
Having confirmed the terrorist target, the Shinra Emergency Operations Center has issued
I used to say Mako, but apparently it's Mako.
residents are outraged that the tragedy of Mako Reactor 1 was only the first attack in a campaign of violence.
President Shinra has issued a statement providing assurances that the terrorists will soon be brought to justice.
And so, to a people beset by chaos and uncertainty, we will offer the finest comfort, bread and circus. The big boy. I give you Shinra's latest triumph of technology. The Airbuster, your executioner.
Engineering on the line. Currently, the Airbuster is only 60% operational. The estimates were optimistic.
I'm on air. To the imbecile in charge down there, you are hereby ordered to seize those intruders and bring them to me.
Oh great, it's these guys again. Elite troopers belonging to Shinra's public security division were promoted from the ranks of shock troopers due to their superior ability. These troopers can move along walls and ceilings and attack from any angle. Oh hey, the stagger effect. I completed both of them at the same time.
Shut the hell up.
Attention, all security forces.
I don't believe it. We played right into Shinra's hands.
And bring them to the command center
And their
immediately.
bullshit news is already peddling their false narrative.
Subdue the insurgents and bring them to the command center right now.
No, hell no! Listen, they want to turn this into a spectacle, then I say let's give them one. Let's take down Shinra's big ass neck in front of everybody.
Okay, I'm sold.
Subdue the insurgents and bring them to the command center right now.
Game over.
Subdue the insurgents and bring them to the command center immediately. I repeat.
Yeah, he was on a Zoom call, forgot to mute his mic.
Bring them to the command center right now. Attention, all security forces.
You know,
Subdue the insurgents and bring them to the command center immediately. I repeat.
Oh, it didn't have anything. You know, I'm always like, I always bust these up when I have full MP. Let me go ahead and heal myself. And, yeah, it didn't play out that way.
Subdue the insurgents and bring them to the command center immediately. Get these components prepped for the airbuster ASAP. Subdue the insurgents and bring them to the command center right now. Outbound for VIII. Copy, VIII.
Hey, that's a chest. I want it.
Intruders! Take them out!
Let's do it right. Here we go. See ya. It's over.
Too late.
Hey, no third. All clear. Now let's see what these bastards were up to.
Barrett, Cloud, over here.
Cloud, check this out.
But this computer.
You really need to see this.
But the computer.
Hey, get over here.
Don't like you guys.
Huh? Find something?
Keycard. Might come in handy.
You think? Nice work.
You really need to see this.
Okay, I get it. You guys really want me to see the thingy over there. Oh, I'm guessing that's gonna be to open this.
It looks like a few of its components are still in transit.
We'll see about that.
Could tamper a little with its loadout.
And give ourselves an edge?
There should be a console somewhere.
This the console you talking about?
You mean the one I was trying to interact with earlier, Barrett? Yes, that one.
Think you can get it to work?
Needs a keycard.
Try that key card of yours.
Units, huh? I'm guessing that's some sort of component?
Yep. An enhancement powered by liquefied materia.
Sounds bad.
Pretty sure I can divert this unit for disposal.
Removing M units from an airbuster will reduce the number of items it has at its disposal. While this does not directly affect the airbuster's tactical performance, collecting the discarded items can give your party a much needed boost in the fight. Dispose of an M unit. Cost 1 keycard.
M unit flagged for disposal.
Heidegger's got no idea who he's messing with.
So far, so good.
Right. Let's move.
Does that mean it comes down and I can open it? Or does it go? Let me see. Because I feel like I might... So again, it doesn't look like it's anything too relative. It's just, it messes with how the fight will play out, is what I'm understanding.
You think they're watching us? Even now?
Yup. Probably got a live feed.
Nothing we can do about it. Except smile for the folks at home.
Now everybody knows who we are. You don't see that as problematic, Barrett?
Diverting M unit to disposal room.
Now where would the disposal room be? This would not be the disposal room, I presume. They took our ladder. Those monkeys. Oh. Nowhere else to go but up.
Move aside. That's that. Enough. That's that. Keep it together.
All set.
Need my help, do you?
Come on.
Are you kidding me?
I got this. Let's do this. See ya.
Okay, I can reach him.
Get ready. Keep those gloves up.
Sure thing, Coach.
Is there a point to this? This seems like they were just digging up here, doing nothing important.
Component outbound from B7.
Copy. We've lost contact with B8. Send some men to check it out. We've got a schedule to keep. Intruders! Seize them!
No holding.
Negative B7. Airbus delivered priority. You're on your own.
Copy. Deal with you ourselves.
Looks like there's 2 consoles this time.
Oh,
Double the sabotage.
materia?
If we can find the key card.
An orb of lightning materia.
Error. Key card required for operation.
Oh. We found another key card. Do, 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 do,
Only
do.
one single-use card. It's up to you, Cloud. What does an AI programming core do?
Increases processing power dedicated to motor function computation. Makes it move real quick.
A real quick giant robot, huh? That doesn't sound good. Anyway, we should weigh our options carefully.
Removing the Airbuster's programming core hampers its tactical awareness and reduces the frequency with which it fires its finger beams, an attack that stuns targets. No, let's check out the other stuff. It looked like there was one more console.
Console talks about big bomber shells. You acquainted?
We call them BBs. One's enough to blow you to hell and back.
Could divert them and give it a couple less shots to take us out. Make the call.
Moving the big bomber from an airbuster will reduce the number of big bomber shells it has at its disposal. Big bomber shells hit your party hard. The fewer shells fired your way, the safer the party will be. I think I could deal with that. I just don't want to be stunned. I hate being stunned.
AI programming cores help it move faster, right? Divert it or not?
Programming core flag for disposal.
Neat. Now we don't have to worry about that
That
anymore.
should slow them down some.
BBs.
So where did we send the discarded stuff?
To a storeroom for defective equipment, I'm guessing.
That's so. You think these defective shells and programming cores might be valuable enough to warrant a little detour?
Maybe.
I say we grab them.
If we get that far.
We came from here. Is there any bustable containers around here before we leave? Doesn't appear like it. Probably with me exploding. Yep.
Okay, listen up, y'all. Everything Shinra has told you is a goddamn lie. Mako is the lifeblood of our planet. Those greedy bastards are bleeding it dry. Y'all gotta rise up.
Barrett, who are you talking to?
The people put me on TV. I'm gonna drop some truth.
Thousand Gil says they cut the sound.
Surprise, Rounder!
Try me.
Now we could take him out.
Take the lead.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, what's this? Sector 5 keycard obtained. Can I use this Sector 5 keycard to disable the other thing?
From what you said, even one big bomber shell is too many. But I'll let you be the judge of that.
Huh. Interesting. So, are there other things I can remove? Cause, yeah. I'm curious now. Like, really curious. Oh, that's interesting. So can I just continuously like disable stuff?
Big bomber shell flagged for disposal.
Just imagining their faces when they find out.
Diverting big bomber shell to disposal room.
Oh, it shows you which ones you diverted. I really feel like making sure I'm not skipping any of them. I mean, if there is a hidden one, I don't think it would be here. I'm guessing there are none here. Bear, kind of in the way.
Engineering, this is V6. Enemy contact! Enemy contact! We can't afford any more delays. We need to keep those components coming.
He's got infinite HP! Cloud is now level 20 as he's about to die.
Ain't dead yet. Enough.
Piece of cake.
Can I pick it up?
Find any cards?
Only one. And this time we've got 3 choices.
Take your pick.
Feel like scrapping some BBs? Hurry up and decide what you want to get rid of. It's past time we taught Shinra a lesson.
I'm really concerned about stunning.
Hell is this?
M-Unit. Another type of enhancement.
Your call if you want to nix it.
programming core. What are you thinking, Cloud? Should we get rid of it?
So I can make it even dumber? Is that what they're telling me? Wasn't this the one that stuns? Yeah, I think if I'm gonna get rid of one, I'd rather get rid of this.
Programming core flagged for disposal.
Do 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 do
Same
do.
thing.
I'm glad you and I were thinking the same thing, Tifa.
Diverting programming core to disposal room. Error. Keycard required for operation.
See, if Jessie were here, she would have found a way to duplicate him on the spot.
I tell you what, I ain't never looked forward to an execution more in my entire life.
You don't say.
We're about to make fools out of Shinra while the whole damn city's watching. Times like these, you gotta save her.
Oh no, if you're about to ask me to dance, then don't.
Come on, don't be shy. How about you, Cloud?
I don't dance.
I just pull up my pants and do the rock away. Can you imagine if Cloud just starts leaning back? Ooh, that box is purple. Why is that box purple? A pair of Sonic Strikers. Those were fighting gloves for Tifa. Gloves with a sleek design, well suited for setting materia. So you lose a ton of stats everywhere. Let's see if we can upgrade it to be decent. Oh, so these are good for elemental materia stuff. These aren't too bad, but I don't think that I would want them on her now. Not until I really sit down and figure out the other stuff. These are probably better off for now. Oh yeah. Oh, he had the opportunity back in the slums, right? No, he got psyched. Alright, aside from that, doesn't look like there's anything else of value. Why would Shinra just leave weapons for us? Like, who else of the troops we've seen just fight specifically punching the hell out of people?
B5, this is engineering. You need to pick up the pace. We're running dangerously low on components because of those terrorists.
Oh man, he did not stand a chance at all. Tifa grew to level 20.
Bunch of pushovers. Come on, y'all. Let's see what kind of mischief they were getting up to.
Error. Keycard required for operation.
Oh. It's another key card.
4 consoles. And never enough keycards.
Sonic Strikers are your favorite by far. They're good for the materia, and the one you get after has an amazing ability. Yeah, it definitely seems like it would be good for that.
Big bomber shells. We should divert them if you think it'll improve our odds.
Oh?
That's an M unit, right?
Yep.
This is our chance to really stick it to Shinra. We should think it through before we make a decision.
An AI programming core. Should we discard this or something else?
Definitely this. Anything that I can use to avoid getting stunned, because that is like, I hate stuns.
Programming core flagged for disposal.
Yeah, that'll do.
And we got one left. What was this one?
Programming core flagged for disposal.
Heidegger's not gonna like that.
He's not gonna like
Enough
anything we're
to
doing.
weaken the robot?
All that we can, at least.
It's all good. The stage is set. All that's left is to hijack Heidegger's show.
Oh, Barrett, if only it was ever gonna be that easy. We know it's never that easy, Barrett. Come on now.
We're coming up on the exit. Tifa, detonator still in range?
We should be good.
The moment Big Boy goes down, you hit that switch.
Right.
It's sounding like I should probably save. Oh, it's a different hallway and everything.
Get ready.
I don't know why I thought that there was one behind us. Block, block, block! I don't know what this camera's trying to do. Listen, you fountain pen for hands.
I could have done that on my own.
Sure you could.
Did we just loop to become full circle? Came from there, right? And we would take the elevator there.
Got no time to double back.
Oh, is this the ladder? No, this is a different ladder. They just put up all of the ladders. Zero of 4 AI programming, 2 of 3 big bomber shells, and 2 of 3 M units are missing. So I used 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards? Question mark?
Can't say we didn't prepare. Now we just gotta get it done.
I just saw the autosave go off.
Status report. We're short on AI groups, but tracking down replacements. Work faster, or you'll hear it from the brass.
The parties arrived.
Look, they're still prepping it.
They're here! Hold them back! Buy us every second you can!
Oh boy.
Get ready. Anytime now.
Come on, focus me.
Looks like a performance assessment, don't you think? Reduced response time. Should work in our favor.
For real though, we need to talk victory poses. Something coordinated for the live on camera.
Oh boy.
Could blow up big. Start a new trend.
Veto.
Veto.
No way up.
No way we're getting back up that pipe.
Keep looking.
Oh, that's different. Oh boy.
Nothing to worry about.
Oh. Do I have a limit break? What's going on? Oh no, that's a barrier. Whoops. Oh, well.
Don't overdo it.
Barrett, if you can build up that meter for me and cast Cura on Tifa, that would be great. Oh my god, and then of course she falls unconscious. cast a barrier on yourself because you keep dropping crazy amounts of health. You obtained Echo Mist.
Real subtle imitation.
Oh, the big old robot's gone. Guess we're fighting it at a different location. Alright, so we came up from here. Nothing to find around here. I like how the background music is a little remix of the battle music.
Ain't no Shinra punk taking
Give me your best shot.
Was never in doubt.
Well, in that fight, no, that was cake. Oh wait, we're all at level 20, right? No, Barrett still has a little bit more to go before he tops off at 20. Didn't really explore this as well as I probably should have. I don't think I saw anything of value or use here, though. Oh my god, I meant to use it on Cloud. One second, guys. Alright, so I'm back. Had to deal with something, and it seems like it's going to be a little ongoing. So, I know it's abrupt, but I'm going to have to call the stream here. I mean, it was getting close to 1 in the morning anyway, and I have work in the morning. But some things come up that I need to take care of. And I will probably continue the stream tomorrow again. So, again, I want to thank you guys for watching, the few of you who come in and see it. Big shout out to, obviously, Fraction for being the most active person in this stream tonight. Yeah, so if you guys want to know when I'll stream again, you can go ahead and give me a follow over at twitter.com/LeeMustang. I'll usually post a little bit before I'm about to stream over on there. If you want to see what I'm adding to my game collection over time, you can go ahead and follow me over at instagram.com/Lee.Mustang. If you want to see the rest of my content, you can go ahead and check out youtube.com/Lee.Mustang. You can see a trend here. You can catch some of the Pokemon Let's Plays that I've been uploading recently, as well as a bunch of other Let's Plays that I've done over the years. I've been doing this for a while. So yeah, if you are watching this on youtube.com/Lee.Mustang, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Subscribe to my channel to help it grow. Click the little bell icon to be in the know, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Until then, guys, take care.